All right, you guys, welcome. This is She Made a Podcast. I'm Ashley,
And I'm Colby.
and we're going to take you on a little journey today. We're going to talk books, we're going to talk pop culture, and a little bit of like new wife life versus 10 years in the game.
Very different.
Yes, very different. Um, to lead into books, I have a book haul because my mother-in-law took me shopping today from Christmas.
Shut up.
Yes, so what do you think I got?
I'm here for
What
it.
are your
Okay.
predictions?
See, I'm really bad. I don't keep up with like what's coming out.
Okay, how many books do you think I got?
Okay. We're calling this a haul. I'm going to say you got 6 books.
Close, I have five.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay. So this first one is one that I'd never heard of before. It looked pretty, so I got it.
Okay. We do judge
This
books by their cover.
this is the cover.
Ooh.
These are the edges.
Okay. We stan with sprayed edges. We do.
And so it's about a girl that has like from the gist that I got is a girl has these secret powers, but she's trying to hide, so she's a part of a circus. And
Oh,
then she meets her magical man. Like that's the
what is it? Sanctuary and the.
Sanctuary of the Shadow.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it's a carnival tent.
So that's like the carnival is her sanctuary. She's
Yeah,
staying hidden. I love that. Okay. I'm
we
gonna
got
need to
that.
keep an update
And
on that.
then we got a very popular one currently, the Hurricane Wars.
How have I not heard of that?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really sure what it's about. I just keep hearing about it,
I think I've
so I
seen the
bought it.
picture and just never looked at it. Okay, tell me what's the gist?
Um,
Or you still don't know. You
no, I
haven't
don't know.
even.
It's he's an orphan. There's
Okay.
magic, there's war.
Is
Yeah,
it just fantasy or
it
is
has
it
a cool map.
romantasy?
I think it's romanticy because I
Okay.
saw it all over like romanticy talk.
Okay.
So we got that. And then I got some special editions. I don't know if you've heard of Ninth House by Lee Bardugo.
Yes.
Okay, so you know what it looks like, right?
Yes, I know exactly what Ninth House and Hellbent look like. Oh, it's red. Oh, I love that.
I have not read it yet because I've tried to read it twice and I was just not in the right mindset. I've been told that I need to read it during the winter period, so I plan on
Yes.
reading this in February because
Yes.
it'll be dark, cold, dreary.
Yes. Are these new releases?
Yes, she released new special editions.
Okay. Barnes and
For
Noble?
those that can't see, Ninth House is white with a red holographic snake and red sprayed edges, and Hellbent is red with black sprayed edges.
I
I'm
I
obsessed.
love that.
I'm
Honestly,
a
I love that
sucker
more
for
than
a
the
white
original.
book. Yes.
Okay,
Also,
was that at Barnes and Noble?
yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm gonna be ordering that.
Also, Barnes& and Nobles has a special edition of Ruthless Vows. It's
I saw that,
a black cover, so it matches the Divine Rivals black cover.
which I like, but then I also like that it's a little different.
Okay, so this final one
Okay.
is one that I've been wanting to buy for myself, but she was $50.
Ooh.
And Barnes& and Nobles had a sale, 50% off hardcover books.
Is that the Dolly book?
Yes.
Oh my God. I love that so much. It's beautiful.
It's huge.
It's bigger than your head.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Girl.
God. What a great haul.
Yeah, so that was our haul.
I love that. We got a little bit of actually everything is fantasy. Even the Dolly book is a
It
little bit.
is. I remember seeing that in the store and I was
Mhm.
like, oh my God, this is so pretty. Because like obviously I'm in Tennessee now. For
Yes.
those that don't know. I'm in Tennessee, Colby's in LA, Lower Alabama.
Yeah. The real LA.
And so like Dolly Parton is my queen now because I live in Tennessee. I'm a Tennessean. Like my driver's license is Tennessee now. Like short of like her being my Lord and Savior, like all
Also, I'm a bit offended that you are actually from the South already and she was not an idol to begin with. Like, what?
no, I've
What?
always loved Dolly Parton, but now
Okay.
that I'm in Tennessee, like I
It's a
have
new
to like go
level.
hard. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
new level.
It's like
Like
she's your president.
I mean, basically, like vote
Yeah,
Dolly. Like screw these other
absolutely.
people right now. Like
100%.
vote Dolly. Or I mean, I'm also still semi-campaigning for Taylor. Because I'm
Oh,
pretty sure if aliens invaded, they would think she already ruled the entire planet. So
1000%. I mean, I actually have a t-shirt that says Swift 2024.
I'm a little upset. I guess we'll have to like wait till 2028.
I don't know. She could make a, I don't know. You know how she is with like those last minute things. She could just drop on the ballot.
I mean, we can write her in.
We,
Oh,
okay. All right. So for any Swiftie, we know that there's approximately 855 billion of us. Okay.
yes.
If we all write Taylor Swift in on our ballot,
Saying.
just saying,
I
the
know.
world will be better.
Because there's people that were like upset because like current event wise that certain people are not being allowed to be printed on the ballot in their states. And it's like we forget that you have a write-in option.
Yes. Okay. I
Like
honestly forgot
Harambe
that.
literally got votes a couple years ago, like enough that it made the news.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Harambe.
So it's like you can literally write in, and if enough people write that person in, it's valid. So
Okay.
don't sweat the small stuff, people. Like who cares if the state says the person can be on the ballot or not? You know their name. Write them in.
Okay. Perfect. And just to clarify, we are voting Taylor Swift,
Oh,
correct?
for sure.
Okay. 100%. Awesome.
Yeah, that's the only option at this point.
I mean, truly, truly. I mean, she's bringing back economies everywhere that she goes. I'm just
She
saying.
is.
The girl is a business mogul. She is the music industry. She is the United States. She's the NFL.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
How do you feel about the Grammys literally creating a category for her and then she didn't win it?
I'm still butthurt about it.
Although Barbie was also a great movie.
I'm okay.
The message was there.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion. Are
Uh-oh.
we, I don't know, are we going to have a segment, an unpopular opinion, a segment? But
We are now.
I did
Hot
not like,
take.
I did not like Barbie.
See, I didn't love it, but I appreciated the message.
I
And
appreciate the
and now my
message.
husband literally sings the Ken song around the house.
Oh, for sure. It's super catchy. It's, I mean, I sing it and it's not the Barbie that I wanted. I wanted it like
Did you like
Barbie.
did you like Weird Barbie? She was my I
I
honestly
loved
loved
Weird
Weird
Bobby.
Barbie. I feel like
Bobby.
all of us
I
are Weird Barbie.
1,000%. And if I didn't live in the middle of nowhere and had somewhere to dress up for Halloween, I 1,000% would have gone as Weird Barbie. But I didn't enjoy the movie. I appreciate the message, but the
Yes.
movie itself was not
Yeah.
not for me.
I enjoy the Taylor Swift movie more. Reputation Taylor's version?
February, for sure. No doubt. No
God, I hope
clown. No,
so.
I'm not even clowning. It's coming in February.
It has to.
I
Did you
mean,
see the dress that she wore?
she's been in green for the last 4 days.
Yes.
She's been in green. And also, for all of those people that were like, the green that she wore the other day was Taylor Swift green, not Reputation green. I'm sorry. What world are you living
Yeah.
in? Taylor Swift is like teal, aqua,
Aquamarine.
marine. It's not green.
And then she wore like a whole ass, sorry for cursing. She wore a whole like snaky vibe outfit like out on the town
Yes. And for
days
anyone
later.
that missed it, her rings that she had on when she's hugging Selena were
Yeah,
snakes. How are we missing these things, guys? Come on. True Swifties don't miss.
we don't.
It's
Not a
just
single
it's
time.
the new fans. No offense, guys. We stand for a Swiftie, but for those of us
That have been here since
that have
debut.
been here, I literally
Teardrops on our guitar.
teardrops on my okay. I
Kim
don't know.
McGraw. Like we
She was
were
my She was my
Chokehold.
first concert. First concert I ever went to. It was Taylor Swift, and it was her and her guitar. I'm a true Swiftie. I am not a new Swiftie. I am not a newbie. You don't lose those little, the little signs, the Easter eggs to look for.
Yes.
So I'm just saying,
100%.
for everyone that thinks that debut is coming out first, you are wrong. And
Yeah.
I will not apologize for that.
Neither will I.
No.
Also, just chronologically, it makes more sense to do debut last because then it's like it was your first album and it's the last one that you're
Yes.
re-recording. So
It's
it's like the thin curtain.
yeah, because the last thing she wants to do is take back her name.
Yep.
She's going to take her reputation back. Then she's
And
going
then
to take
her
her
name.
name. Duh.
Come on, y'all.
Get with it. And if you
Okay.
any of you new Swifties have questions, holla at your girls because we know.
Yes, we know.
Cheers to that.
I have a little lid on mine. We had a little.
Oh, well.
Oh, I didn't get a little psh. It didn't psh. So
I'll
sad.
do it for you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Wow, we got off on a Swiftie moment, but
We did. Let's reel it back in.
okay.
Reel her in. Okay. So we read or almost finished Ruthless Vows. Someone has a copy. I was reading on my Kindle. This is your warning. There will be spoilers.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this and you have not read Ruthless Vows or Divine Rivals yet, because they're intertwined with the first book, Divine Rivals, skip this part. Or if you don't care, listen.
Yeah.
Whatever. Some people really don't care about spoilers. They'll still read it anyway. But this is your warning that there will be spoilers for both of those books.
Correct.
Okay. So I read up until the point of Iris getting saved. Let me pull my Kindle up. I have highlights. That's what I like about Kindle.
Yes.
Because I can do highlights. And I can't bring it in me to annotate in a physical book.
No.
I
will not write in my book.
I can't
and what I should have done, but I started reading this before we decided we were going to talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I should have used, because I do tab some of my books, but I don't write in them. I'll write separately. And I should have tabbed it because there are some really good quotes and parts in this that I want to bring up that I've already forgotten.
Okay, so the part I actually ended off with was when Daiquiri, listen,
okay,
I will mispronounce names. I will mispronounce names. Kindly send me a message at She's Holding It Down or at She Made a Podcast, and you can tell me the correct pronunciation. I'm not trying to be wrong on purpose. I promise you, but 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say the name wrong. You know what I'm talking about.
I haven't heard anybody actually say his name. Like on
I read it as Daiquiri.
I read it as Dacre.
Yeah. So if you hear us say Daiquiri, it's the same person. Dacre. So the part that I ended on was when he went into Luz's his tomb, and then he came back out upset, and Roman was like, he was either awake or someone already killed him.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know what happened.
I know. What do you think? What do you think happened when he went down there? I like it because you actually don't know.
Yeah. I feel like he's already awake.
Okay.
So tell me, is he?
So is this our first spoiler? Are we spoiling?
Yeah, this is the first spoiler for me. So is he awake?
He is dead.
No! Do we find out who killed him?
Yes, we do.
Was it Enza?
It was Enva.
Oh yeah, Enva. There's a V. My bad.
Yep.
That bitch.
Enva.
Did she kill anyone else?
She killed them all. Now, she does not kill Dacre.
No, because Iris does. Spoiler!
Spoiler alert!
I literally, the part that I skipped to was Roman finding out that Iris chopped his head off. I was like, oh!
Yes. Okay, so...
And dropped it in the cafe?
I mean, I'm not
The
gonna lie.
drama.
When that part, when I read that she brought it to the cafe and they were popping champagne, I was like, what an
This
icon.
savagery.
That is insane. She just
Mm-hmm.
casually walking through the city with God's head in her hand. But
Like
yes,
she,
Enva killed the other gods.
it's crazy because when you kill them, you get their power.
Yes, that's why she was able to. And I thought this from the beginning. I had a hunch, but I didn't really believe myself. That's why Enva could visit Iris in her dreams. So if you think about it,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
every time that Iris dreams, she dreams of her mom.
Yeah,
But the description of Enva and her mom are so similar.
yeah,
It's actually Enva that she's seeing in her dreams.
that's crazy.
And Enva is setting her up to kill Dacre this whole
Oh,
time.
what?
I know. I have actual chills when I talk about it. I have a
That's
problem.
awesome. Okay, let me see if it'll let me just pull up my little highlights. Okay, so the first thing I highlighted in the whole book was actually in the prologue.
Oh gosh, which part?
But she was not here to fall prey to what had been. So let me,
Amen.
I saw that and I was like, yes,
Basically, that means she ain't here to F around.
no, she is not. And then after that, let's see. In the first chapter, there was gods belong in their graves,
Yes.
which I think is like like that. Now that I know that she killed everyone, that's kind of like foreshadowing because she
Wait,
basically
who did someone say God belongs in their graves? Or are you talking about when it's
it
painted
was
through the
so
town?
it was painted.
Okay, okay. Yes, it is.
So hindsight, yes,
Hindsight.
we're
Yes,
living for
yes.
that. And then also, who did Daddy Kit think he was?
Playing both sides of the field here.
And
Or wait,
coming up in there talking about, hello, Miss Winnow, where's my son? First of all, why are
breaking
you
and
in my
entering.
house?
Breaking and entering.
You're literally in my home. What are you doing? Go away.
Yes. 100%.
And then her, if my words have bewitched your son, then know that his possess the same magic for me.
Oh, a
Oh,
dagger through the heart.
oh, I was like,
The
oh my
dagger.
gosh. Mm,
Okay. I have to talk about this because I have a theory
okay. I love theories.
that I never got a clear answer for in the book, but I want to know your thoughts on this. Okay.
Okay.
So, there's the three, I call them the alouettes. Is that
Yeah.
how you, okay.
That's
The
how I
three
would count
alouettes.
the typewriters.
Yes. The three typewriters. Okay. So,
Is it about
when,
the typewriter that he didn't give him that he said he destroyed?
so he does switch them.
Yeah.
So he's,
He keeps Romans.
Roman is in possession of Dacre for like the entire book, apparently, or he destroyed it. We don't really know. It never actually
That's what I'm
says
saying.
what he did with it. But he's writing. Roman is writing on Iris's, and
Mhm.
Iris breaks into the museum to get that one, the first one, so that she can contact him, right?
Yes.
But think about this, whenever she gets it from the museum, when she pulls it out, what's the first thing that happens? All these letters start flying through.
Whenever whenever she gets next to a wardrobe, it does.
Yes, all of those
All
letters
the
come through,
previous
all
letters.
the
Yeah.
previous ones. So the whole time that they're going back and forth is Dacre
Literally.
getting their letters because it's going to all three alouettes at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. And I actually read it all the way to the end, and it never says if that's the
I
actuality or
remember
not.
like as they were going back and forth, I was like, the third typewriter. I was like,
Yes.
is he
Yes.
reading their letters? Like, it
I
was
know.
stressing me out.
Me too. And then at the end, whenever like Shane says, I have all of your letters, I found them in a floorboard, like where he had just kept them in the floorboard. So he never actually says, I got these because of the like the missing
Yeah.
silhouette. And I just don't know. But I really think
Yeah.
that that's a possibility. And if it
I think so
wasn't, it
too.
definitely should have been written in that way.
It should have, because it was stressing me out.
Me too. I was like, stop sending letters. Stop
It was
sending letters.
I could just like I just see Dacre like in his little office like
Oh, new mail today.
new mail. What are these little these
You've
little
got mail.
what are these little humans up to today?
Yeah, some of these
But I
little
don't know. I
guys.
don't think I feel like there's a chance that someone was reading them, but I don't think it was him. Because if he had known that Roman was spilling his secrets, he would have
I
nixed
completely
them.
agree. I just want to know where it's at and what
Where
happened
is
to
it?
it.
And who is getting these letters?
And I'm pissed because it's a duology. So this is done. We never are going to
Yeah.
get answers.
We'll never know.
Rebecca, I need
Rebecca.
answers.
Literally, Rebecca's are the bane of my existence.
Dude, when Rebecca's
Rebecca
right,
Ross, Rebecca Yaros.
when Rebecca's right, you better get ready.
You better get ready. It reminds me of one of my favorite TikToks that have the Klaus character from the Vampire Diaries because
Oh
his
my
sister's
gosh.
name is Rebecca, and it's literally a compilation of him yelling Rebecca like whenever he's like angry with her. And it's
See?
like Rebecca, Rebecca.
Remember, remember for a while when everyone was like, thanks, Obama. Thanks, Rebecca. That's what
Literally,
I'm going to
thanks
start saying.
Rebecca.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Um, the first line that made me laugh in this book was he was also naked. And it was
Dude,
like you just had to drop that in there.
like just there's a
He
little
was
hint.
also naked. Like
For
what?
anyone that hasn't read this is not a spicy.
It's
This
not
is
at all.
it has no
That's the
spice.
spiciest line.
That is the spice. He was also naked.
And for context, he wakes up in a room by himself,
Yeah, so
not
nothing fun
remembering who
happens.
he is, and he's
Yeah.
also naked.
And he's naked. Just for good measure. We want to let you know.
Yeah, that he's naked, which cracks me up.
It's hilarious. I wish that I had annotated a little bit more because there were several places where I like actually laughed out loud.
Hey, what else? What was another good line?
Hmm.
Oh, when she hits him when he's rescuing her and he's like how do I know who you are? And she hits him with the yes, I'm your wife. Bye.
Exactly. Okay, that one was like, dang, she is not the 18-year-old little girl writing for the
She
Gazette
said,
anymore.
I'm your wife. I gotta go before
Yeah,
your homies kill me.
just in case you forgot.
Just in case you forgot. Wifey.
Exactly. Okay, but then she gives him her ring.
Which is
Oh,
so sweet.
it is so sweet. How do you ever read the series and then you can't remember what part well you're about to say you can't remember what book it actually came from?
Yeah.
I think this was actually from Divine Rivals. What when it was actually her brother that pulled her away.
Yeah, that was in Divine Rivals.
Okay, so sorry for that spoiler, but
We
at
warned
the
you.
at the end, I do like that there's a little bit of animosity between Roman and Forrest because Roman says, I still don't know how I feel about your brother because he watched, like, he literally looked me in the eye as he was taking you away from me whenever he was like dying in the field with that
Yeah.
gas. I do like that there's a little bit of like,
Yeah. Little callback.
everything's not perfect here.
Yeah. Was it
But
whenever Daiquiri hit him with the tell me of Iris E. Winnow, I was like, that's when I was like, oh no, he has the letter.
yes, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Here we go.
And
And then he pulls the article. I was like, that was anticlimactic.
but also, thank God.
Yes. Could you imagine the turn? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
it
actually
could.
could. I could imagine it. Because it's like the same feeling that I had whenever later on when he calls Roman down to sit and like type out a letter for him and it says, Dear Iris E. Winnow. And I was like, Did you read that part yet?
No, what
Oh,
oh, was it scathing? Was it like a
you're
scathing letter to her?
you're gonna clench your butthole. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness, I'll have to go to that part. That's hilarious. I can just imagine him being like,
Yeah, because it's whenever he finds out that Iris and Roman know each other more than just working at the Gazette.
yeah,
And Dacre calls him down and he's like, I need you to write this letter for me. And he sits down and he goes, okay, sir. And I'm ready to begin. And so he says, Dear Iris E. Winnow. And then it just like everything freezes. And like Roman he can't breathe. He doesn't type. And Dacre's like, is there a problem? I'm like, yeah, yes, sir. There's a problem. I'm the problem. I'm the
the problem. It's me. Who betrayed me?
Yeah.
Me.
That was me, sir. Crazy.
That's wild.
It was wild. So I know you haven't finished it yet. I recently did a post about Ruthless Vows
Yeah,
and how I'm doing a different like system for rating books this year.
I saw that.
Yeah. So I last year did 5-star or like 5-star.
Yeah, the star rating.
I did the star rating. And then at the end of the year, I compared because last year was a journey. Okay. We started with like Colleen Hoover and like Lucy. Oh, what is her name? She did like
4.
Lucy.
Lucy's
No,
4. No.
no, it's like the Paris apartment and the hunting party. All of those. Lucy. I can't remember her last name.
Oh. What is her last name?
She's a thriller author. It's fantastic books.
You said the hunting party she did?
The hunting party.
The one
was-
that I couldn't finish that one. Remember?
Oh yeah, you did say that you couldn't finish that one. I really enjoy her writing. But the journey
Foley. Lucy Foley.
Lucy Foley. Okay, but the journey we went on from Colleen Hoover and Lucy Foley into the romantasy, ACOTAR, Iron Flame world, my 5 stars were vastly different.
Yeah.
My 5-star of Iron Flame and my 5-star of the hunting party, they are not the same thing. So
Yeah.
I don't want to do like an actual, this is a 5-star book, this is a 4-star book, because you DNF'd it. My stars don't mean anything to you. So I did a different one this year.
They mean nothing.
They mean nothing. Like what I think of a book and what you think of a book are totally different. And that's fine. That's how reading is supposed to be. But I did one where it was like different emojis for how I felt about the book. So it's more feeling based. And I'm just curious, are you still doing star ratings?
I don't know. This is the first book that I'm reading this year. So I could be persuaded to do something different.
If you had to give it a star rating, what would you give it? I'll also tell you mine.
Probably 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
also what I rated Divine Rivals. I rated it 4.
I did too. I rated Divine Rivals a 4. I would give Ruthless Vows a solid 3.5. Just because it took me a while to get back into it. But then once we got like to the halfway point, we hit the ground running.
Yeah. Once I started reading it, you're like, okay,
I know. Actually, that's so true.
I think I inspired your excitement because I feel like it was one of those, someone else was excited about it.
Yeah.
So you had a person to kind of like talk about it with and like experience it with. And I can always read books faster whenever I'm reading with someone.
Amen. That's kind of how we did with Iron Flame. Actually, no, you read Iron Flame first because you got it before me.
Yeah.
But it was just like
I read Fourth Wing twice.
That's right, because you read it with me.
Yeah. The second time I read it with you.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a big fan of buddy reading.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I love to buddy read.
I could give this one a solid 3.5 stars, but I gave it a in between like and love.
I saw that.
So that's where I'm at.
I agree with that though. I agree with like it was an in between like and love.
Yeah.
But for me, that's 4 stars.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's salt, and it's very.
And also I am a very generous star rater.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I don't rate below 3 stars because if I'm not enjoying a book, I DNF it. So like if a book would fall under 3 stars, I typically don't finish it.
That's true, which is totally fair. And I didn't start DNFing books until halfway through the year last year.
Again, you're welcome.
Yeah, that was because of you.
Listen,
Also,
you're welcome for giving you the power to DNF a book, and you're
yes,
welcome for getting you
yes,
into romantasy.
yes. Amen.
Those are probably those are two of my highlights for 2023 is I got
Amen.
Colby to DNF books and to read romantasy.
Yes, you did. And I literally tell everybody, I'm like, I did not choose this journey for me. Ashley chose this journey for me. I do have to add, you'll be so happy about this. I was super happy. But last night I was on Facebook and one of our high school English teachers posted that she had just finished Iron Flame. And I was like, what? Because she's very like not a fantasy type reader. And I commented and I was like, oh my God, you loved it, right? It's such a good book. And
Which
so
I can edit it out. Which one was it?
it's
Just just last name.
I can't think of her last name. Peacher.
Oh.
Yes. And so she commented back and she's like, actually, I took it, I saw you recommend it. And I was like, she looked into it. She's like, fantasy. I don't really think I could get into it. And then she said, I saw it on a cruise that they went on that had a library. And she was like,
Oh,
okay,
that's
I
cool.
have to pick it up. Yes. And so she read it and she was like, 10 out of 10 for me. I was like, yes,
Yay.
ma'am.
Look
We
at look
love
at
that.
me influencing you influencing her.
We are influencing high school teachers everywhere.
Oh, what was
So,
it? Speaking of like high school and like reading related to high school, I've
yes.
started buying books that are banned in schools
Amen. I love your
as a
list.
part of like my own personal library.
So, what is like, what's on your, are there any on your library that you haven't read? Like for your, that are banned, your banned books?
Mal 5, I haven't read it. It's about the Holocaust.
I haven't read that one either.
So that one's banned. But books that I'm surprised that are banned that were actually required reading for us,
All of them.
The Hatchet,
Yes.
um, Animal Farm.
It's still a favorite of mine.
Yes. There's another one. One that wasn't required reading, but The Hunger Games is banned in school
Why?
because of violence and anti-government. We won't touch that, but that was the reasons.
Interesting.
Yes. We'll let that one simmer for you. So they
There's
can't
an
have it like in school libraries. But you can have the other two books. That's the only one that's banned of that
wait,
series.
just the book one.
Yeah.
So the rest of them are not anti-government. Timeout can divert is Divergent a banned book.
I don't think so, but also that one could be considered anti-government.
Now I'm so curious. There's another one though, and it's the group of oh, what is it? There's another book that we read, and I swear we read it in like every single grade in high school.
Yeah. There
I
was a
don't know.
book that I remember like writing a super long book report on, and I
Yeah,
loved it, but I can't think of what the name of it was.
I'm blanking right now, but there were several that I saw recently on your list because you
Yeah.
posted it. And I was like, are you kidding me? These were required. I think we
Yeah.
started having to read them in
Oh,
eighth grade.
The Diary of Anne Frank is banned in school
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one. I saw that.
for what is it? For not being historically accurate or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I
how are you going to say her diary was not historically accurate? First of all, a diary is not is not a nonfiction book. It's literally published as fiction because it's a person's perspective,
it's their
which is
point of
not
view. Yeah.
factual. So
Yep.
how are you going to ban it for being what it is?
That
Because it's not what you want it to be,
mm,
right? You know what I mean,
I don't
though?
like that. Yeah. That
So like
that literally
between
makes no
that
sense.
being on the banned book list and Mal 5, which is also like a Holocausty type book, being on the banned list, I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
We're choosing what
Yeah.
we let people read now, which is absolutely absurd.
Yeah. So I absolutely, anytime books get banned, I buy them. That way I will always have access to them and my kids will have access to them.
That's really smart. I don't
Hmm.
have kids, but I should do that
Yeah.
to prepare.
I also want to start buying up the classics. So Penguin, the publisher, they have a Penguin's classic like publishing branch, and it's them re-putting out like old books like Pride and Prejudice. Um,
That's also banned.
right?
And it's like all of these books, regardless of the subject that the book is written about, these are books and authors that paved the way for
Yeah.
books and reading and writing now. So
Yes.
you're not just taking away the book, you're taking away like the history of
Yeah.
creating books. Can I
That's
just loop this
that's my
back around?
soapbox on that.
Can
Yes,
I
please loop
loop
this
this back
around.
around because I feel like everything in life can be looped back around to Taylor Swift, but if Taylor Swift did not go back and try to get her original recordings and then re-record her own albums for herself, so many independent artists would also not have known that they could be doing that. So
Yes.
she did not just say, oh, well, that's what it is. It is what it is. She went against the grain
And
and
change things for
changed
any future artist to really cool to have rights for their own music,
100%.
especially songwriters specifically.
Yep. So I just wanted to throw that other T Swift tidbit in there.
Perfect. I'm glad you did that. We're bringing it around to Taylor Swift.
Oh, amazing. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, we're going to do this BuzzFeed quiz. And it's
Gosh.
basically, is it Taylor Swift lyric or is it poetry?
I feel like when you play this as a Swiftie, we're probably going to get them all right because we literally have her words tattooed on our heart.
It's funny you say that because me and my friend who were a Swiftie, we took this quiz like months ago and we did not do as good as we thought we
Oh,
were
really?
going to.
Okay, that's actually kind of fun though. Okay. I'm excited.
Okay, so the first quote is deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing. Is it a Taylor Swift lyric or is it a famous poem?
That's a poem.
Poem? I'm gonna not gonna lie to you, I have no idea because it's been so long since I took this quiz. So let's see. It is a poem.
I was like, I can't hear
Do
some.
you do
I
you
couldn't
know?
hear you singing it, so I was like,
Yeah.
That's not it.
Do you want to take a guess at like who the poet was?
I have no clue.
Edgar Allan Poe the Raven.
Shut up. That's also a banned book while we were talking about it.
Okay. There
That's
is
crazy.
there is happiness past the blood and bruises, past the curses and cries, beyond the terror and the nightfall, haunted by the look in my eyes that would have loved you for a lifetime. Taylor Swift or poetry?
Oh, I'm thinking that it's a lyric because she has a song called Haunted that I don't really know that well. So I'm gonna go with the Taylor Swift
I'm pretty
lyric.
sure it's Taylor Swift too.
Okay.
Because it's like oh, I can like hear her singing that first line, there is happiness past the blood and bruises. Like I can hear that part in my head being sung.
Okay.
And it is Taylor Swift and it's actually from Happiness.
Oh, dang. So it's not even from
No, it's not
Haunted.
from Haunted.
Okay.
Okay. Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany. Just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you've seen.
That
Taylor Swift
is
or poem?
Taylor Swift, her song Epiphany.
Yes, it is. A mighty woman with a torch whose flame is the imprisoned lightning. Her name, Mother of Exiles, from her beacon hand. I think that's poem.
I think that's a poem. That's a little bit
It
wordy.
is.
Oh, yay. Wait,
Um,
I don't know
it
who it is
is.
though.
I don't recognize this either. Emma Lazarus, the new Colossus.
No clue,
No
but
clue.
I like the vibe of it.
Okay, I already know the answer to this one, so you're probably
Okay.
gonna know the answer too. Cursing my name, wishing I'd stayed. I'm trying really hard
Cursing
to
my
say.
name, wishing I stayed.
Yes.
Look at how my tears ricochet.
Yes. So wishing I stayed, you turn into your worst fears and you're tossing out blame, drunk on this pain, crossing out the good years. That is Taylor Swift.
An
My tears ricochet.
iconic song.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold, mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. That's gotta be a poem.
That is a poem. But also, if she wrote those as lyrics, I would definitely sing that.
Yes, so it is from W.B. Yeats' Second Coming.
Yeet. I don't know who that
Yeet.
is, but it's
Me either.
good.
Okay. Long handwritten note deep in your pocket. Words how little they mean when you're a little too late. Taylor
I,
Swift, her famous poem.
I'm having such a hard time not just starting to sing it as you read it. It's a Taylor Swift
I'm
lyric.
reading it so stoically
I
too.
know you're trying. I can see you trying, and you're like breaking up the lines, and I'm like, long handwritten notes. Okay,
So
yeah,
we're
it's a
saying
Taylor
Taylor
Swift song.
Swift? Is that what we're
Yes,
going with?
Swizzle.
Do you remember the song title? Bonus
Okay, hang on.
points.
No, but it's from Fearless, I think. Is it from the Fearless album or
It
Speak Now?
doesn't tell me. It's Sad, Beautiful, Tragic is
That's
the
from
song.
Red.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, so it's all right. Yep, would not have remembered that name.
Okay. So I'll watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep, and I can feel you forget me like I used to feel you breathe.
That's Taylor Swift.
Yes. Do you know the song?
Okay, wait, read me the lyrics again.
So I'll watch your life in pictures like I used to watch you sleep, and I can feel you forget me like I used to feel you breathe.
I don't remember the name of it, but I know how the rest of it goes. But tell me the name of
Last
it.
first kiss.
That's it. That is the saddest song out of every song she's ever written. That one just breaks my heart.
This is a good one. Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. That one was so hard to break up.
Yeah, you just can't. It's 1,000%. It's like literally ingrained in your head. As soon as those lyrics start coming out, it's like
You have to
Taylor
like hit
Swift.
the parameter with it. You're like,
Yes. Yes.
and what
It's
song
Taylor.
is that, Colby?
Wait, I can't remember what you just said. I'm thinking about the last one. Say it again.
Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find
All
it.
too well. I don't know if it's the 10-minute
Yes.
it's got to be the 10-minute
It's
version
obviously the 10-minute version. Okay. And I wake in the night. I pace like a ghost. The room is on fire, invisible smoke.
That's also a Taylor Swift lyric. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like we've had so many Taylor Swift lyrics that we're due for a poem. What song would that be?
We're definitely okay. Wait, say it again.
And I wake in the night, I pace like a ghost. The room is on fire, invisible smoke. It really sounds like it could be a lyric, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what song it was from.
I couldn't tell you what song it's from either, but I haven't been able to do so on any other one yet, except All Too Well. So I'm gonna go with lyric.
Okay. It
Are you go?
is.
It's a lyric.
Yes, from The Archer. I don't remember hearing that in The Archer. I might have to re-listen to
I'm
it.
gonna have to go back into that,
We got 10 out of 10.
dude. That I told y'all. If you have questions, we you girls.
You have questions, let us know.
I need to
We
get better about
got
remembering
you.
the names of the songs, though. That
Yes.
one was tough. That was good. I like that quiz.
Yes, 100%. You either know all there is to know about Taylor Swift or famous poems or both. It's definitely not the poems.
It's definitely not the poems. Although I wish it was. It would make me sound a little bit more
Yeah.
intelligent.
And then the end says, either way, you need a hug. What?
I just hug it out. Hug it out.
Hug it out. Like, how did you know that?
You know I needed a hug.
You just knew it? That's awesome.
Were those all heartbreak songs? Maybe that's why they think we
That could
need
have
a
been what it
hug.
was.
I think they
It might
are.
have been what it was.
I love
That's
that.
really fun. Do you remember when we were okay? Perfect segue. You remember when we were in our young 20s and I was getting married 10 years ago?
Okay. Okay. This I mean, that feels like a whole different lifetime ago.
It really does.
And I so vividly remember your entire wedding day. And
Please
I
tell me
blacked
about
out
it.
on mine.
Because the same thing happened to me. So like please tell me about my wedding. How was it good?
It was fantastic.
Okay, good.
I do remember it being so freaking windy
Yes.
on
Okay.
the
For
beach.
context, we had a beach
And
instead of winter.
it was actually chilly
Yes.
and windy as hell,
It was so windy.
but it was so fun. It was like the most chill wedding ever. It was so your vibe.
It was.
It really was. Also, a little going backwards on that. Do you remember your bachelorette weekend?
Arts.
Do you remember when I got hit in the face with a wallet?
Yes, Jamie. Jamie's wallet.
I have not let that go for 10 years.
No, can I tell you something though? So her and I ended up having a falling out after my wedding.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah. So we kind of reconciled. So like Jamie, if you're listening to this, all love, but we're gonna talk about it because it's interesting. So we're gonna talk about it. And if you're upset, you're allowed to be upset. That's totally fine. It's water under the bridge for me. I harbor no hard feelings. But it was last minute her deciding to come, right? And she was one of my best friends up in Virginia.
Mhm.
And it was very last minute for her to come. I put her up in a hotel. So like I paid for her hotel for the weekend for her to be
Yeah.
able to come. She helped set stuff up. It was so sweet.
Mhm.
Had the wedding. It was great. We get back up to Virginia and she starts icing me out. And I'm like, what's the problem? And she's like, you didn't make me your maid of honor.
What?
And I was like, I didn't even know you were going to be at the wedding. I was like, you being able to come was so last minute. Like, did you want me just to like make you my maid of honor the day before? Like that was un and we
Mm.
like literally went through a whole thing because she felt so shorted that she had helped so much like when she got there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you like I literally paid for you to be there.
Yeah. I get that. And I also understand that honestly, at that age, I totally see that. At
Yeah.
30, not so much because now it's
Yeah.
like, you don't
Can I
want me
t-
to be a bridesmaid?
can
That's
I
great. I can
can
save
I tell you something
$1,500.
and
Yeah,
say something hilarious?
of
So
course.
I went to the seamstress to get my dress for your wedding shortened.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, oh, you're going to be such a beautiful bridesmaid. I'm like, oh, I'm actually not a bridesmaid. Like, I'm just a guest. And then the seamstress and Jeremiah proceeded to bully me for not being a bridesmaid at your
What?
wedding. And I was like, she only has like four bridesmaids. And Jeremiah's like, oh, so you didn't make the top four? And I'm like, I was
First
like,
of all,
F off. I said,
yeah.
first of all, her and I were best friends, but she's
Yes.
literally lived with these people over the last 10 years of her life. So like they're
Yes.
gonna be closer to her. I was like, and like I literally had not even thought about it at all until like they planted that little
I
seed
didn't
in my
either. Wow.
head.
Talk about a shot to the heart.
I know, I was
Dang,
like,
seamstress and Jeremiah.
yes, I was like, I hadn't even thought about it. It just made sense for those four people to be your bridesmaids.
Yes. I wow.
And I
Now
was
I feel
like,
like
I feel like it had, and I told them, I was like, it literally has nothing to do with the quality of her and I's friendship, whether or not I'm
no,
a bridesmaid for
not
her.
at all. Not at all.
I was like, sometimes you only have so many people because you're trying to balance it out. And then
Exactly.
you don't want to have too many because then it's like, okay, sis, like,
Yes. And
yes.
shit adds up, like, but also I think that kind of comes back to your story with Jamie is like
Yeah.
we're at a totally different point in our lives. We're
Yes.
like, you just don't take that kind of stuff personally anymore.
I'm
Like
like, I was invited and she had a small wedding. So like that and me being invited to her wedding where it was very minimum, like she was not trying to have a lot of people, like that says enough to me. Like,
100%. And like when we inevitably like when we first started planning our wedding versus the end of our wedding, there were cuts. And I was like,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously I'm not cutting my friends. Sorry to the relatives that didn't make it to the
Yep.
wedding, but my friend,
Sorry.
our friends are our friends. And it just is
Yes.
what it is. So maybe it's just an age thing. Maybe that's kind of what happened
But
with
I
her.
feel like some people mature earlier because, like you said, my wedding was very chill and very laid back. And it's because I've always been that kind of person.
Yeah. You've always been more mature though, also.
Yeah.
You've been ahead of the game.
Yeah. Well, when you have the childhood I have, we can touch on that in a different podcast. But
I
your girl
wasn't
is
I
kind of
wasn't gonna go there.
fast. I feel like that would make a good podcast topic for the future.
Yes,
Because
we can trauma dump on a different one.
yes, we'll literally call it trauma dump. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
a trauma
So
dump.
stay tuned, you guys.
Trauma dumpster fire.
Because we went through, because like also small trauma dump for the last 10 years, a lot has happened. I
Oh
lost both
God,
my
yeah.
parents and the child. So it's like
Yes.
the
Yes.
trauma is there. We'll do a full episode on like trauma and grief. And
Yes.
we'll have to have tissues for that one for sure.
I mean, I have to have tissues for regular conversations these days. So yeah, we can definitely do
Colby
that.
will take her medicine and we'll trauma
Extra.
dump.
Extra.
Yes, an extra dose.
But
But I
yeah, no,
remember,
it's totally different. And I remember all the things about your wedding. It was so pretty and so chill. And I just remember us being like literally barefoot all day. And I loved that because we even went to the restaurant. I'm like, why did I buy shoes for this wedding? I've been barefoot the entire time. It
I
was so
love
fun.
what I loved is I remember telling you guys to get whatever dress you wanted.
Yeah.
And y'all all still went shopping and got the same dress as each other.
It's
Like
the
you
exact
could
same.
not compute.
I think, okay, I couldn't, first of all, what year was that?
It was 2014.
Okay, so in 2014, you have to think about how young we were and how different
Yes.
the trends were then. People didn't wear different bridesmaids dresses like they do
They
now.
they had just it was like that was literally the cusp of that trend. That's why
Yes.
I had suggested it because I had
Yes.
started seeing it done. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cute. Like just wear a shade of blue because like my colors are blue, like lace burlap. So just
Mhm.
pick a color blue,
And
any color.
it would
And
have
these
been
girls
so
showed up
cool.
all in the same exact dress. They looked gorgeous, but
The twisted
ah,
neck, the
yes.
twisted high neck, all what is it? What is that material? Chiffon? Is it chiffon?
I
I don't
think
know.
so.
We were all the exact same thing.
Yes. You all looked gorgeous, but it just cracked me up on the inside that I literally gave you the freedom to wear whatever you wanted. And you
And
guys
we're like,
all wore the
no,
same dress. You're like,
no, sorry, we
no,
must be
it's
the same.
fine.
It's fine.
But
It's
I will
fine.
say what was so hilarious is I had no idea what color blue you guys went with until like literally the day before the wedding.
Really?
And yeah, because you guys didn't send any pictures, I don't think.
I don't remember that part. That's
I
crazy
don't
to me.
remember either. But I had my bouquet. I didn't do real flowers. I did like cloth flowers. So I had like
Uh-huh.
my bouquet and their bouquets made for those who weren't at my wedding. And so theirs were like burlap and lace flowers, very pretty. And then mine was bigger and it had blue silk flowers mixed in with
Yes.
it. And the blue silk perfectly matched the color blue of their dresses without any coordination.
Literally identical. I still have that bouquet.
Me too.
It's in a well, of course you do. But I hope you do. But
Yes.
it's still literally in a box with all of the other 14
Yes.
ones that I've carried. But yeah, it matched perfectly. And then was it
Talk about iconic.
something else matched? Did somebody have on a sash? Did you have flower girls?
I had, so Jeremiah's youngest sister was my shell girl, but what matched was my husband's bow tie was like gray and blue striped, and it was a
Yes.
darker blue, and his bow tie perfectly matched his two sisters' groom's lady dresses.
Yes, that's what it was. And they all
Yeah.
flowed so beautifully.
Yeah. Because I literally just, and both of his sisters wore the same dress too, which
Yep.
cracked me up because
I'm
his
telling
mom
you.
took them shopping and they both picked to wear the same dress. And I was like, it's fine. Literally, I just wanted everyone to be comfortable and have a good time.
Well,
Which,
we were comfortable
which
as
is the
twinsies.
epitome, yeah, which is the epitome of my personality. I just want to have a good time with my friends and everyone be comfortable.
100%
I'm
agree with
like,
that.
we're in leggings and an oversized sweater right now. Like comfort is a high priority for me.
Same. Yes, 1,000%. It was perfect. And if
It
you could do it,
was.
if you could do it again, would you change anything about your wedding?
I would make sure I had a DJ and dance floor. That's like the one
Gotcha.
thing I look back and I'm like, dang, I wish we had like danced until the sun went down.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can
Yeah.
appreciate that because we sure did dance until you had to leave because you had to
Yeah.
go to work the next morning.
I,
Fun fact, we had our wedding venue rented until 10 o'clock, well, 11 o'clock, but we were going to like do our exit at 10 o'clock. Guess what time we got back to the hotel?
midnight probably or later.
8:45. Your girl and your man was
That's
tired.
hilarious. That's not far after when I left.
That's on getting married at 30.
Yes.
I was like, my feet hurt. I haven't gotten to eat yet. I'm tired. I want to get out of this dress.
You ate a little bit.
I ate a little bit and they made us
Yeah.
to go plates. And I was like, I want to go back to the
Can
hotel.
we talk about how good your food was?
Okay, yes, we can because
It was so delicious.
it was so good. Even later, whenever I had it again.
Yes. Well, because they had the extra food out. They're like, hey, if you want a plate, take a plate. And I literally packed some for Jeremiah.
Oh,
So
good.
the next day when I got back home, I was like, I brought you a little goodie bag, and he ate it up.
Dude, it was so good. That was amazing. That was Culinary Productions in Pensacola. And then
Yes, plug
our
them because they were
oh,
incredible.
they were amazing. And then the night before at our rehearsal dinner, we had Grover Teas. If
I
nothing
wasn't
else,
invited to that, just in case anyone was wondering. I am sad that I missed out on the rehearsal dinner because I love Grover teas.
listen, that is
Hey, I
okay,
forgive you.
we're gonna have to do a whole thing on weddings and what goes wrong during wedding planning, and we'll get into that. But the night before, if nothing else went right at my wedding, the food went right. It
Perfect.
hit. It hit. It slapped.
Okay.
Is that what
A
the kids say
question.
is?
Yeah. What was your favorite moment at my wedding?
At your wedding?
Yes.
Whenever you trashed your dress afterwards.
When I got into the ocean in my
That
dress.
was my favorite
Yes.
part of the
It
whole. I mean,
was so cold.
that was gonna say it was first of all, it was freezing,
Mhm.
but that was like, I was like, she's not really gonna do it. She's just saying it. But that was a thing then. People were trashing their dresses. And I was like, she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it. And she damn sure did, y'all.
Yeah. Did you know that I had two dresses?
Did I know that then? I know it now, but I don't think I knew it then.
Yeah. Shout out to David's Bridal for your mistake 10 years ago. You gave me two dresses.
I wish you could
Too
plug
late to
them,
get it back now.
but I think they're closed. I don't think
They
David's
probably
Bridal
are
exists
closed now.
anymore. That is so funny. I forgot that I mean, I know now that I knew that you had two dresses, but I forgot that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Do you think that if you had not have gotten that second dress, that you would have trashed your dress?
I probably still would have jumped in the ocean in it. Yeah.
That was amazing. That was iconic. That was literally, it lives rent free in my head.
You know what I ended up doing with that dress? So the dress that I trashed and jumped in the ocean in, because I used to do cosplay and stuff and like dress up for
Yeah.
conventions. I dyed the entire dress blue and dressed up as Cinderella for a convention.
No way.
Yes, I think it's not in this closet, it's in storage, the blue one. The white one is in this closet. That's literally never been worn. One day I might fit in it again.
You should like renew your vows in your original, your
I might
your
have to go to
second
my
original dress.
I have to go to the seamstress and like get her to do like a tie back or something.
There you go.
Because
There you
that
go.
thing is not zipping up.
Amen, girl. Amen. 3 kids later, you know how the body works.
It is
That's
not
insane that your other one that you never even put it on.
It's still in its plastic, the same exact plastic.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if you're supposed to get that preserved.
I don't know.
That is hilarious. I want to you're going to have to post a picture of the way that you changed your dress into the cosplay.
I
didn't know that.
I just dyed it. I used my washing machine barrel and I just used blue RIT dye and
I know. I just
dyed
want
the
to see
whole
it because
thing.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Or if I have, I didn't realize it was your freaking
Yeah.
wedding dress. Oh my Lord.
Okay, what was my favorite moment of my wedding? I don't know. It's like hard to pick one from your own wedding because like I felt like I just loved the whole thing.
Yeah. Do you actually remember it?
I remember bits and pieces. I think I remember more of it because I have like pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've been able to look at it and be like, oh, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I get that.
when I got my entire dress on and then I had to pee.
Oh,
And
my
all you
God.
guys
I
had to
remember
hold my
that.
dress up. Like that cracks me up. You guys having to put my garter on me on the beach because I forgot to put my garter on.
That's so funny. I forgot about that. I
Yeah.
actually forgot about the garter thing.
Yeah. There's pictures. That's why I
There
remember.
are, yeah, we're going to have to do a whole like post with this.
Okay.
With pictures
My
attached.
favorite part of your wedding
Uh-huh.
was your dadgum little brother and that song he had mixed for you that had us all in tears.
Oh my gosh, at the reception. Let me just say, my brother is so tenderhearted.
Yes, that was emotional warfare.
Yes. I I didn't look at anyone except me and Ben. I was just looking at him and talking to him the whole time. But everyone said that they were in the whole room was in tears.
We were all looking at each other. We were like,
Okay, backstory on that. My pawpaw and I were extremely close, and he
bless
passed
him.
away. Yes, and he loved all of my cheer girls.
Yes.
And he passed away on Christmas in 2020. And it broke my heart that he wasn't a part of my wedding. So my brother had the song My Wish by Rascal Flatts played for a special dance between me and him that I did not know was going to happen. And there were voicemail inserts from my pawpaw to me that were played during that song. And it was emotional warfare.
There was not a dry eye in that entire building during that dance. The
No.
Well, so I remember when the music first like kind of cut down, like turned down for the voicemail to come on, me and I think it was Lauren. I was
Mhm.
sitting next to Lauren. We looked at each other because we thought like the music messed up, and then we heard his voice, and both of us were like,
Right?
like ugly cry. We were like, no.
I can't wait to see the video because I'm 100% sure I looked at Benjamin and I was like, oh crap, the music's cutting out.
I know,
And
because
then,
we looked at you and like you're like making a face, and we're like, I don't think this is supposed to be happening. And then we heard his voice, and we were like, Benjamin, what have you done?
yeah. And then you don't see my face for the rest of the
You
dance because I was
don't.
sobbing.
I remember like because we were watching you, and I remember after the second time, like the second voicemail, you were like, "Are there more?" And he was like, "Uh-huh," and you were like, "Uh-huh."
I was like, I can't. Should have been mentally prepared for this. That was great. That was
Yes,
a beautiful moment. I
it
do have
really
to
was.
say, my favorite part of my wedding, because I can't really remember all of it,
Yeah,
but I think it's hilarious. And I don't even, you probably know this. We didn't actually have our rings during our ceremony. Did you know that?
I picked up on it because I like heard someone say something about rings, and y'all never like did. I never. It was like a
So
little empty hand motion that you did.
Kirsten, if you're listening to this, please laugh and don't cry. Okay. I love you. So obviously the rings were supposed to go to Jacob's best man, which is his brother Josh. And I had the rings because our photographer was doing our detail pictures, and I gave them to my maid of honor, Kirsten, and she was supposed to give them to Josh. But once we got to the ceremony location, they were in two different places and they never got to each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but instead of Kirsten carrying them in, they got sat on the bar. And so during the ceremony, he gets to the rings part, and Josh is just like super chill
I
behind
know.
Jacob. And he's like, I don't have the rings.
I know. They're like, "Where's the rings?" And he's like, "Mm." And then Kirsten was like, you just like saw her face. She was like,
Yes. She just like panic mode. And I looked at Josh because I thought he was kidding. And I was like, you don't have our rings? And he's like, uh-uh. Thank God for our preacher, because he was like, it's okay, just pretend, just keep going, everything's fine. And I was like,
like, where's my ring?
so maybe a lot of people didn't notice it, but no, we did not actually have
I
rings.
only noticed because of where I was sitting. I was 2 rows back, so like I could hear the conversation happening and Kirsten being like, "I left the rings." Like I like heard her say like, "I left the rings." I was like, "Oh."
So when we made our exit, we put our rings on each other in the lobby with our photographer. So
That is
that was my favorite part.
Because so real. It happens.
It is. It is. Shit happens. Weddings, you stress out about them for months, some of us years, and shit still goes wrong. Okay.
Yes. And I will say, if I can give advice to anyone that is upcoming on a wedding, no matter what you plan to go into it, something's going to go wrong. Just mentally prepare yourself for something to go wrong. Roll with it. Enjoy your day.
Yes. And eat.
Yes, and
I
eat.
highly recommend eating.
I think
cannot
that
do
might
it.
have been my favorite part of my wedding.
Yeah, because you actually, oh, you know what else I love from your wedding? Speaking of eating, I think it was while we were eating. You did the shoe game. You
Yes.
did the shoe game during your
It was,
wedding. And
yes, it
I
was so
love
fun.
that. I feel like a lot of people now do that at a shower
Yeah.
or something else, but I loved that it was at your wedding. That was
Mhm.
fun.
It was so much fun.
That was so good. I'm reliving all of that now.
Yes. And for our food, we rented out the top floor of the restaurant, and then all the guests were able to just order off the menu.
It was chef's kiss. So good.
So I was cracking crab legs in my wedding dress
Yeah, we all
with a
were.
little bib, with my little bib on.
Your little paper or plastic bib that you
Yeah.
had on. It was fantastic. I mean, I understand. Oh, I don't understand actually. All these Instagram weddings and like the influencers and doing all this big stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Great for you. I hope you enjoyed those memories. But like, this is real life. Okay. And if you don't want to
Yes.
spend 50 grand on a wedding, you
Yeah.
might be popping crab legs with a plastic bib on in your wedding dress. And it's okay. It's the best day of your life.
It is. And it's what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yes. 100%. I love that.
And I
Man, our
literally
weddings
go
were
and eat
epic.
at that restaurant every time I come back home. I always eat there.
And doesn't it just immediately bring back wedding memories?
Yes.
I love that it's an attachment there.
I'm like, I got married right there.
It's so sweet. Oh my God. I love that so
Yeah.
much.
Like I said, the only thing that I would change is like DJ dance floor. That's it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. But
Yeah.
I mean, what did we do? Turn on, what did we do?
We didn't do anything.
We just
We
hung
like
out, which
ate,
was,
we hung out, we went and jumped in the ocean.
yeah,
Um, a couple of us went to like Old Greg's. Is that place still open?
wild Greg's.
Wild Greg.
I was like, oh, Greg. He likes
Whatever.
Bailey. He likes Bailey's in a shoe. That's a different Greg. Yeah, because I was there. I actually enjoyed that. I enjoyed going from like a super chill, peaceful weddings and ceremony reception, and then just going ham on
Yeah.
on the town,
Yes, and we had a good time. And oh my God,
and
what
nobody had to clean up.
yeah. And what made it so funny is because we didn't have like the DJ dance floor at our wedding.
Mhm.
Our first dance ended up being to Sweet Caroline at Wild
Yes.
Rose.
Oh my gosh, I just like flash back to that. It was.
And I remember we went out and started like it came on and everyone's like, "Woo!" So me and Jeremiah got there to start dancing and we're in the middle of dancing and he looks at me and he goes, "This is our first dance." I was like, "No, my name's not even Caroline."
Out of all the songs, y'all dance to a song with another woman's name in it.
Literally. And now every time I hear Sweet Caroline, I'm like, that was my first dance song.
That's hilarious. And Sweet Caroline gets played everywhere.
It
Like
does.
sporting events, piano bars, everywhere. So
Every
you
time I
probably
hear
hear
it,
it
I
all
get
the
a good
time.
laugh. Yeah.
I love that
Because it
so
was
much.
just so funny that and he like stopped for a second and I could tell that he knew that it was
Oh, he
a thing. And he said he was like, "This is our first dance." I was like, "No."
oh my gosh. I forgot about that. That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's epic.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Oh, our first song. What's our first? Oh, our first song was Never Till Now by Ashley Cook. And it's funny because Ashley Cook is a sorority sister of Kirsten's.
Oh, cool.
I know, small world. Nashville is a very small world,
Yeah.
believe it or not. But yeah, that was ours.
That's fun.
Our weddings, I mean, just the difference between 20 and 30.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not another age gap like 30 to 40, 40 to 50. I don't feel like there's another age gap that's as vast as 20 to
Yes.
30. Like you were literally a child and now
Yeah,
you're
you
an
were a
adult.
child and now you're a whole adult. Like the transition that happens between 20 to 30 is like your biggest life growth
Un-
transition?
it's unreal. Like the other day, so my brother is 26. 26 is when you get kicked off your
It's so
parents'
weird
insurance, right?
that our brothers are 26 now, our little brothers.
I know. I still literally, I do not picture your brother as a grown man. I picture him as the little
You know
chunky
how I
mama.
picture Benjamin? Little chunky face
Yes, both
with
of our brothers.
the hair swoop. That's how
Yes,
I see Benjamin in my head. I
exactly.
like it took me a good second to recognize him at your wedding. And like when I see pictures of him, I'm like, no, that's not.
No. I do the same thing when I see your brother on like a Facebook post or something. I'm like, that's not our brother.
I'm gonna be honest though. I got lunch with him when I was in town for your wedding.
Uh-huh.
And I go into the restaurant and I'm like looking to see like where he's sitting at with his girlfriend and her kids. And I'm like, God. And there's this guy that's like standing on the corner. I'm like, who's this huge dude in the way? Like I can't see. It was him.
You did not even recognize your
I
own
did not
brother.
even recognize him. And so like I'm like trying to look around him and then can see in my peripheral that he like is looking at me. So I look and I'm like, oh.
Jump scare. Yeah,
So like homie's like 6'5", I think,
that
and
is
300
insane.
pounds. Huge.
That's insane. But like literally we'll never be able to physically see him that way in my mind.
Me
Like
either.
when you're talking about your brother, I have a picture that immediately comes to mind, and it is him
And he's
as
like
like,
tall.
yeah, he's like this tall and he's like
Benjamin is still
chunky.
this tall to me.
Yes, yes, they'll forever be that size. So it's only the girls here in the crossroads. And so
Ooh. Girls
me
night.
and Mama Fields are having a pizza and girls movie night.
What do you guys want to watch?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided. We're gonna just scroll Hulu and see what speaks to us.
Good call. Well, I'm gonna go hang out with my mother-in-law as well.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So
Nice. It's a
we
night
did
for
our
mother-in-laws.
yes, we did our shopping trip earlier today, and I was like, okay, I have to go record this. I'll be upstairs.
Yeah. We'll go hang out with her so that you don't actually miss time.
Yes. Okay.
This was fun. I want to do it again.
Was. I'm excited. All right. Love you. Have a good day.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.